Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Dietitian Life, where we tell you what's been happening in our weeks. So this week for me was pretty productive, pretty good week overall. I was in Adelaide. I shadowed some practitioners there, which is good. I hadn't met them yet. Kath, one of our managers, had hired them, so it was good to touch base with them and have a chat about how things are going and how they can improve. And obviously work shadowing is really important to give as much value as we can to them and make sure they're progressing forward. Other stuff I did was talk to one of the main people we have contracts with for Fuel Your Life, and kind of put a little fire really towards them about making sure everything's running smoothly.
Not super scary.
No, not super scary, but just kind of telling them how we run our business and how we support practitioners, and how we try and keep practitioners for as long as possible, and making sure we do everything we can to support that. So just giving them a lot of the strategies that we do around that, like monthly group PD, and have a little WhatsApp chat where we all can talk, and everyone's got bios and mobile phone numbers of everyone else in the entire company across Australia. And
do you ever feel like if
weekly
you
management meeting,
like give out too much information to somebody that they might steal it, or you know?
Look, you can all steal it. Like if you're supporting practitioners better, awesome.
Yeah.
Because we'll all be better as dietitians as a profession. But
Like
I guess in
that's
terms
mine.
of telling them,
Mm.
Look, it's mine. It's how I know works, but it's not like rocket science. Like support your practitioners and they'll grow your business.
But giving the ideas to someone as well. At the end of the day, you're helping out their business compared to helping out yours.
Yeah, but
So why would you do that?
well, if they're going well, then we go.
Mm.
And then if you're seen as giving more to them or giving more value to them, then you become invaluable. So, even though some people might take advantage of that, and I've been taken advantage of before, given ideas and people take them and do it themselves without me, which grinds me. But I think, net score ends up better. And ultimately, I'm doing it for the purpose of our business. In making, if they're better, then we're better, and then together we're stronger. So that was a good combo. And then as a result, there was a lot that I was kind of shared in terms of what they did basically immediately to try and improve things, which was really good to see.
So how do you get to the space to be able to have those conversations to start with?
Have balls.
Yeah. But also time as well.
Yeah, it's time, and I haven't felt comfortable doing it. It's someone else's business, so I don't want to tell them how to run their business. It was just more me telling them how I run mine and how I found it's worked and what feedback we get from practitioners, from doing our anonymous survey and stuff. So they've just kind of taken that stuff and rolled with it, and hopefully it works out for them.
I mean, this business is at scale, but even if you're starting out and you're in this small and there's only one or two of you, there's still aspects of that you can take into.
You can do all of it.
Yeah.
You can probably do all of it. Not necessarily better, but at least as good.
Mm. And it's close knit, so you've got that. Whereas, we don't, but still, there's certainly aspects of what you do that I do and that works.
Yeah.
So, all
Kind of
helpful.
Yeah. I told you a little bit about it. It seems like we're just talking about stuff rather than actually giving you info, but a lot of that just constant support PD, and professional development, both virtually and then in person. And getting that face time is really important. And I think they get value from it, and they say they do, so hopefully they're not lying to me. And then what else I did? Sick. What else I did? We signed extra sites for Townsville and Toowoomba, so we're growing still, which is really awesome. And I think that was pretty much. And I had a meeting with one of the other area managers, just talking about how to improve things there, how to better support practitioners as well as herself, and then again, getting development from a management perspective rather than just from the clinical perspective, because obviously a lot of dietitians get experience in clinically but not in management, so I think that's important as well. my week in a nutshell.
Good week.
It was. It was actually a really productive week. Like I'm like wrecked post Melbourne, but post Adelaide after doing Melbourne and whatever, and then Tassie this weekend, and then Melbourne the weekend after. So yeah, good fun.
My week wasn't as productive. I don't work as much, so can't get as much done in the time frames that I've got. But so I had one of our senior dietitians, Kath. You might have seen her coming on to Dietitian Life. She came and shadowed me for half of Friday. That's why, on Fridays I didn't work for the entire day. That's why I didn't get much done this week. So she came and shadowed me. That was kind of confronting because I haven't had someone shadow me for a while. So that was nice. She's got all the knowledge when it comes to diabetes. So my first client off the rink was diabetes client. Yeah, good. So it was nice to sort of see that we agreed on similar things and what I would say to the client. But
did you say anything that you missed?
No, nothing that I particularly missed from a nutrition standpoint. However, her brain probably works a little bit differently, and normally in a dietitian consult, as a diabetes educator, you probably transition between the two. So there's a bit of DE stuff and there's your dietitian stuff, whereas I just work solely on that. Obviously, I had conversations about insulin, blood glucose measurements, how frequently he's taking them, because that's well within our scope. But she would have probably ripped his shirt up, had a look at his injecting site, didn't really want to do that. And again, like he already started insulin like 2 weeks ago, so probably not so relevant. But yeah, definitely she probably would have got into a little bit more.
Why would she look at that?
Because obviously if you've been injecting insulin in the same spot for a long period of time, sometimes you can develop like fatty masses or lipomas, I think they call them, and that influences the insulin's effectiveness. So you probably would have looked at this technique in terms of injections and also checking his needles, but he didn't bring any of that in. So that would be things that she would probably be able to add more value than what I would. But yeah, that was cool. And then certainly the rest of the clients were just reviews, and it was nice to have someone sitting in. Didn't really change what I said. And I guess in terms of feedback, we certainly probably had a relationship where we didn't actually provide a lot of feedback, and that's not valuable sometimes, I guess.
So it's better if I shadow you.
Yeah, we're waiting on that.
Oh,
yeah.
Look, well,
you don't
this
have time.
Week, tomorrow. Do it tomorrow.
Yeah, well, tomorrow we could do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is probably going to be a massive day. Yeah, so that was good. Definitely new. And then I sort of just pretty much didn't do else. Oh, other things. Yeah, okay. So I am doing a presentation on PCOS. So sneakily, I've been working on that. So that's been cool. Bit of mixed time spent at home as well as here. I had to do like a...
Doing it on my time?
Yeah, absolutely. And then what happens is I add up those to nighttime hours. So in time that I have to spend, I have things to get done, I make it up on other times and charge accordingly. Nighttime rates. No, but at the end of the day, I'm very well aware of my time and how to use it effectively.
Are you?
Yep. And that includes night times. If I've got things to get done, I get them done at the times I'm ready to do them. I guess the way in which my brain works is I'm very chaotic, and I do like to jump between tasks. So if I know that something needs to be done, I probably won't do it, I'll bounce off it. But at the end of the day, having a set deadline.
I know I need to do something, but I'm like, nah, I'm going to bounce off it.
Yeah, no, it's good for my personality, because then I don't get bored easily. However, I can get things done. So this week coming, I am going to complete that and have it sent to them. Anyway, that's been really cool. So I've been working on that. I've also been continuing to plough through NDIS, lots of phone calls and emails back and forward, and checking of boxes. So I had to get some information from practitioners from some of the states that we're in relation to their first aid and insurances and all that jazz, so that we've got it on board just in case. I've been working on getting pathology sheets and stuff back for practitioners, because now as dietitians we can actually request tests through the appropriate pathology labs.
If you register.
Yeah, so that's fine, that's easy. It's just that if you're a single practitioner, it'd be sweet. But because we're nationwide, we've got 3 different companies that we've had to coordinate with, and that's been difficult communication-wise. So now we're getting close. I think I'm probably got every single form back for most practitioners, except when we hire new people. All of a sudden I'm like, yes, I've got them, and then we hire someone else. No, I've missed out on someone again. So anyway, so coming up with a strategy about how we're going to incorporate that. That's probably been, I think that's pretty much been my week.
Did you learn anything this week?
Sure, I always learn stuff. Always. Probably, a lot of background stuff for PCOS was new stuff, particularly management medically.
So do you find doing the presentation hard?
Oh yeah, awesome. Great. Love it. It's also always good. It's nice to be able to delve into a topic, like really get into the nitty-gritty of it, but look, it's taken a lot of time as well. So obviously if I had a question, I would have just gone, one article. But I've got a large number now and probably a lot greater knowledge as a consequence to that. It's also stretching me a little bit too, because I know I'm not very tech savvy, so using that sort of stuff, heaps of PowerPoints, playing around with photos and crap like that, hate it, can't stand it. So it probably takes me more time than what it would other people. And jumping between it as well, because I hadn't dedicated an entire couple of days to it, I've had to come back to it. So
you're saying it's productive to jump in between stuff, but now it's not so productive.
Oh no, that's fine, because you kind of get your head right and you're good to go. Because at the end of the day, like if you're not focused on something, there's no point continuing with it. So with me, what I find is that I just have to go, there's a little bit, and then I'm moving on. And sitting down all the time is not good. So I like to get up and move and do different things. And I was in here a lot this week, so talking to staff and stuff like that here quite a bit as well. We had Lana's farewell this week? Yeah. So that was also good. Got to eat dumplings, say goodbye.
Yeah, so it was one of our practitioners leaving, starting our own food business. So wish all the best of luck. So it should be good to see where that goes.
Good combination, dietetics and sweet food,
Baking.
Which is what she's making.
We had donuts and what were they?
Like a fruit balls type of.
No, they were
truffle things.
Truffles. Yeah, meant to be healthy truffles, which were dried fruit and dark chocolate. But
they're okay. Rosanna thought they were alright.
Her daughter.
Yeah. Terrible.
I'm trying to think what kind of learnt or what others could learn from this week. I don't know, shadowing practitioners, I think.
Doesn't matter how many years you've been in it, it's certainly still valuable. And like Tyson said, probably more valuable when feedback is given. So I'm waiting for my criticisms. But I think as we get older, we can certainly acknowledge those deficits ourselves. But it is good to hear it from somebody else, particularly from a new perspective.
Yeah, and even though you might not necessarily agree with everything someone says to you in terms of feedback, it makes you reflect on what you possibly could be doing differently, or even just getting that perspective on what they would have done instead. And you might not take everything, but you might take a couple of things. So
That's good week.
This is the end.